We are ranking the top 5 Japanese events for February 2026 that will captivate the Gen Z foreign female traveler.
Right.
We're talking snow, lanterns, and early cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
And we are doing it in a high-speed quiz format, starting right now.
It's a pretty competitive lineup this year. The data is fascinating.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're doing something a little different.
Yeah.
We are not just reading through some travel brochure, we're actually playing a game. I've got my buzzer finger ready.
I love a good challenge. So here's how it's going to work. I've compiled the definitive Japan trend quiz based on our stack of sources for early 2026.
Okay.
The goal is to identify the top 5 recommended spots for February, specifically targeting that very influential demographic, the Gen Z foreign female traveler.
So you give me the trend keywords, the clues, and I have to guess the location.
That is the plan. But be warned, these aren't just about geography. You have to understand the mindset of this traveler to get the answers right.
Okay, let's unpack that mindset first. Because I feel like Gen Z traveler is such a moving target. Are we talking about backpackers, luxury shoppers? What is it?
It's much more nuanced than just budget. Based on the Shibuya 109 lab reports and the 2026 trend forecasts, there are 3 specific concepts you really need to lock into your brain to ace this quiz.
All right, hit me. What's concept number 1?
The first one is Hosei Joji,
Hosei Joji.
which translates roughly to Heisei era girl.
Heisei era. Wait, isn't it just like 10 years ago, the era before the current one?
It ended in 2019, yes. But for Gen Z, the late 90s and early 2000s are basically vintage. So
Right.
Hosei Joji is this massive fashion and aesthetic revival. Think Y2K, evolution shiny accessories, flip phones, a bit chaotic, very girly.
It's nostalgia for an era they were barely even alive for.
Exactly.
That is wild. It's like me being nostalgic for disco. Okay, so we're looking for spots that feel kind of retro pop.
In a way, yeah, but that sort of clashes with the second concept, which is Kankoku.
Or Korean-ish.
Right.
I feel like I see this everywhere in cafe culture.
You do, but visually it's very specific. It's all about nuanced colors.
Nuanced colors. What does that even look like?
Okay, imagine a photo where you've turned the saturation way down. So no neon greens, no bright reds.
Right.
Everything is like pale beige, dusty rose, slate gray, or a soft white.
Okay, so it looks like an oat milk latte turned into a landscape.
That is actually the perfect description. It's a minimalist design that emphasizes blending in harmoniously rather than, standing out aggressively.
So we have chaotic Y2K energy fighting with oat milk minimalism. What's the third one?
The third is the attention detox.
The digital detox. So leaving the phone at the hotel.
Well, that's the aspiration. There is a huge rising desire for smartphone-free travel or experiences that force you to disconnect from all the digital noise. But, and here's the paradox, they still want to capture authentic moments.
Let me guess. They want to disconnect, but they need to post a photo proving that they disconnected.
You're cynical, but you're not wrong. They're using apps like Yope or making physical burial notes where they print out candid photos to stick in a scrapbook.
It's analog curation.
That's it.
Okay, retro vibes, beige aesthetics, and fake analog disconnecting.
I think I'm ready. Let's start the quiz.
All right, let's start at the bottom and work our way up. Here is rank number 5.
I'm listening.
This location appeals heavily to that Heisei girl desire for fantasy. Picture a scene that looks like a fairy tale. We're talking about small, illuminated snow huts. It's in a region with over 450 years of history, and the vibe is psychological safety.
Snow huts, fairy tales, older history. Is this in Hokkaido? I feel like I've seen igloo villages up there, like an ice hotel situation.
You are cold. Geographically and metaphorically, it's not Hokkaido.
Okay.
It's on the main island in the Tohoku region.
Tohoku. Snow huts. Is it the one where they roast rice cakes inside? The Kamakura Festival?
You're getting warmer. Which one?
The famous one in Akita Prefecture.
Correct. Rank number 5 is the Yokote Kamakura Festival in Akita. Okay, I've seen photos of this, but talk to me about the vibe. Why does this hit the top 5 for 2026?
It's all about the lighting. The festival is held mid-February, specifically the 15th and 16th. They build over 100 large snow igloos, they're called kamakura, and countless miniature ones.
Right.
But the key is that they're lit by candles, not electric lights.
So it fits that nuanced color trend, that warm, soft light against the white snow.
Exactly. It's not harsh at all. But let's talk about the experience inside. You mentioned rice cakes.
Yeah, can you actually go inside them?
You can, and this is where the fantasy aspect really comes in. It's a small enclosed space, like a cocoon. Inside, local children or families serve you amazak.
That's the sweet, fermented rice drink.
Yeah, and grilled mochi. It's very intimate.
That sounds incredibly cozy.
It creates a sense of safety. In a world of, information overload, just sitting in a quiet snow hut with a warm drink feels like a sanctuary. It's highly Instagrammable, but in a way that feels healing rather than boastful.
Is it hard to get to? Akita is pretty far up there.
It is a bit of a trek. You're taking the Shinkansen to Omagari and then a local train. But that journey kind of adds to the detox narrative. You really have to go there.
I like that. It's a pilgrimage for coziness.
And a quick side note, if you can't make the specific dates in mid-February, our sources mention the Yunishigawa Onsen Kamakura Festival in Tochigi.
Okay.
That one runs from late January all the way to March. It's a designated heritage night view, so it has a similar fantasy vibe, just less of the sitting inside tradition of Yokoto.
Good to know. Okay, I'm 1 for 1, barely. Give me rank number 4.
Rank number 4 is a complete shift in energy. We are leaving the quiet snow huts behind. This event transforms an entire city into a movie set. People constantly compare it to Spirited Away.
Spirited Away. Okay, that's usually that town in Taiwan, Jufen.
But this is a Japan list.
Correct. We are in Japan.
So is it a Ghibli Park thing?
No, it's a traditional cultural event. It celebrates the Lunar New Year, or Spring Festival, which falls on February 17th in 2026.
Okay.
The keywords are exotic, red, and gold. Spirited Away vibes. Red lanterns. Is it somewhere in Kyoto? Gion, maybe?
Incorrect. Think further south. A port city with a massive historic connection to China.
Port city. China connection. Nagasaki?
Bingo. Rank number 4 is the Nagasaki Lantern Festival.
Of course. The photos from there are insane. It's just a sea of red.
It is visually overwhelming. I mean, we are talking about 15,000 lanterns lighting up Nagasaki Shinchi Chinatown, the Meganabashi Bridge, and all the surrounding arcades.
Wait, I have a question. You just told me Gen Z wants nuanced colors. Beige, pale, soft. This is bright red and gold. Doesn't that completely break the rule?
That is a really good point. It does break the nuance rule, but it triggers a different trend. The desire for immersive experiences.
Immersive is such a buzzword, though. What does it actually mean here?
It means the scale is so large, it literally changes your reality. You aren't just looking at a pretty lantern, you are walking through tunnels of them. The light spectrum around you physically changes to red.
So it feels otherworldly.
Totally.
You become the main character in the movie.
Precisely. And from a content creation standpoint, this is a gold mine for vertical video, TikTok, and Reels.
Right?
Walking through the crowds, the Emperor Parade, the Chinese acrobatics. It just hits that exotic keyword. It feels international, even though you're in Japan.
And the dates. Lunar New Year moves around.
In 2026, the festival runs from February 6th to February 23rd, so it covers the whole Lunar New Year holiday. It is crowded, loud, and vibrant, the polar opposite of the snow huts.
Sounds like high energy. Okay, so we have quiet snow, loud lanterns. What is rank number 3?
Rank number 3 is for the traveler who is just sick of winter, they want spring, and they want it now.
So we're going to Okinawa. That's about the only warm place in February.
I would think so, but no, this is on the main islands, totally accessible from Tokyo. The keyword is pink.
Pink.
But a darker, deeper pink than you're used to, and it's paired with bright yellow.
Dark pink and yellow. Accessible from Tokyo. Is it a flower park? Like a greenhouse or something?
No, it's outdoors. It's a specific type of cherry blossom that blooms way, way ahead of schedule.
Early cherry blossoms. I know this one.
Right.
It's the Kawazu Sakura in Izu.
You got it. Rank number 3 is the Kawazu cherry blossoms in Shizuoka Prefecture.
I've always been confused by these. Why are they so pink? Normal Sakura is almost white.
That's the specific breed, the Kawazu Sakura. They have these large petals and a really deep pink hue. They bloom in February, usually peaking mid to late month.
And a yellow.
That's the Nanohana or rape blossoms. They plant them underneath the cherry trees all along the riverbank, so you get this incredibly saturated stripe of deep pink on top and bright yellow on the bottom.
See, that again feels like it goes against the beige or nuance trend. It's super colorful.
It is, but it hits the Kankoku-po aesthetic in a different way. That Korean-style aesthetic loves floral visuals, it loves softness. Because the trees form a tunnel, the light gets really diffused. It makes everyone's skin look amazing. It's basically a natural beauty filter.
Okay, that I understand. It's a vanity trap.
Ideally, yes. It feels like a music video set. But there is a side note here from our sources. If you like the floral idea but want something more grounded for that attention detox, they recommend the nearby Yugawara Plum Festival.
Plum blossoms instead of cherry blossoms.
Yes. The no utage. It runs from about Feb 7th to March 8th. The difference is the scent.
Scent. Why does that matter?
You can't photograph a smell. Plum blossoms have this sweet, heavy fragrance. If you are really trying to detox and be present, focusing on the smell grounds you in reality in a way a photo just can't.
That's true. You can take a picture of the pink sakura, but you have to actually be there to smell the plum blossoms. That's deep.
It's the difference between seeing and sensing.
All right, moving on. We're in the top 2. Rank number 2.
Rank number 2 is the king of winter events. Massive scale, international fame. You definitely need a heavy coat. It is essentially a snow and ice museum.
Okay, this one I know. You can't talk about February without talking about the Sapporo Snow Festival.
It is the undisputed heavyweight champion. Rank number 2. The Sapporo Snow Festival in Hokkaido.
But play devil's advocate for me. Isn't this, I don't know, too touristy? Does Gen Z actually care about a massive event that's been around for decades?
That is the question. It runs from Feb 4th to Feb 11th. And yes, it is crowded. But here is the why. Hokkaido is consistently the #1 winter destination brand.
Right.
But the trend analysis shows a shift in how they're visiting.
They aren't just looking at the snow statues.
They are, but the whole context has changed. First, the scale of it forces an attention detox.
Wow, it's arguably the most photographed event in Japan.
It is, but have you ever tried to text when it's minus 10 degrees?
Your fingers stop working.
Exactly. The environment is physically overwhelming, the cold is biting, the statues are 15 meters high. It forces you to be present because nature is just screaming at you.
That's a fair point. You can't doom scroll when you're freezing.
And there's a travel style trend here called living there.
What that mean?
A lot of Gen Z travelers are skipping the standard city hotels. They are booking condominium-style accommodation in nearby Niseko or Rusutsu. They want a kitchen.
Interesting. They want to cook breakfast with local ingredients. They go to the snow festival as a day trip, but their base feels more like a home.
So they're role-playing as locals.
Exactly. It's about inhabiting the winter, not just observing it from a tour bus.
I love that. Okay, we have reached the summit, rank #1. What beats the massive Sapporo Snow Festival?
Rank #1 is the ultimate expression of the Japanese aesthetic, or wa. It involves a golden pavilion. But the winning shot, the thing everyone is chasing, requires luck.
A golden pavilion.
Yeah.
Kinkakuji in Kyoto.
Yes, but specifically, Kinkakuji in the snow.
That is the unicorn of travel photos.
It really is. That's rank #1.
But doesn't it rarely snow in Kyoto?
That is exactly why it's #1. Kyoto is cold in February for sure, but snow accumulation is fleeting. It might snow overnight, and by noon, it's melted.
Right.
So seeing that bright gold temple capped in pristine white snow reflected in the pond, it's a high-value rarity.
It's the scarcity principle. If everyone can see it, it's less cool. Precisely. It hits the trend of visual contrast, gold and white. It's so elegant. But we have to talk about a specific piece of tech that's driving this ranking.
Tech? I thought we were detoxing.
We are, but we are also Gen Z. Have you heard of selfie monitors?
Is that where you use the back camera of your phone but have a little screen attached so you can see yourself?
Yes. That trend is huge for 2026. Gen Z knows the front selfie camera is lower quality. They want the high-resolution back camera to capture the detail of the gold temple, but they need to ensure they are framed perfectly in the shot.
Wait, hold on. This drives me crazy. We spent this whole deep dive talking about attention detox and being present.
Yeah.
And now you're telling me the #1 trend is bringing a special external monitor to take a high-res photo of yourself.
It is a massive contradiction, isn't it?
It's ironic. It's like, look how rare this moment is. Now let me just make sure my lighting is perfect.
But that is the Gen Z traveler reality in 2026. It's the tension between self-expression and authenticity. They want the moment to be real, but they also view themselves as the curator of their own magazine.
I see.
The selfie monitor allows them to create professional-grade content of a once-in-a-lifetime moment.
So the rarity of the snow makes it worth the effort of the whole setup.
Exactly. And because it requires so much luck to even see the snow, if you get that shot, it's the ultimate status symbol. It says, I was there at the perfect time.
Wow. Quick, that is a solid list. Let's do a quick recap for anyone taking notes.
Sure. So rank 5, Yokote Kamakura in Akita for that fantasy snow hut psychological safety vibe. Rank 4, Nagasaki Lantern Festival, immersive exotic red and gold chaos. Rank 3, Kawazu cherry blossoms in Shizuoka early spring, that pink and yellow contrast. Rank 2. Sapporo Snow Festival in Hokkaido, overwhelming scale and the living there vibe. And then rank 1, Snowy Kinkakuji in Kyoto, the ultimate rarity, gold and white contrast.
It's a beautiful itinerary. But let's connect this to the bigger picture. We've mentioned Taipa or time performance before. How does that apply here?
Taipa is usually about watching movies at 2x speed, but in travel it means efficiency of satisfaction.
Efficiency of satisfaction.
Think about it. All 5 of these spots offer instant visual understanding. You don't need a paragraph of text to explain why the Lantern Festival is cool.
Right.
You show the video and boom, impact.
The destination itself has a hook.
Exactly. Just like the start of this show, if the location doesn't hook you in the first few seconds, Gen Z loses interest. These 5 locations are basically unskippable content.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But I'm still stuck on the detox versus selfie monitor thing.
It's the defining struggle of the era, I think.
So if I'm a listener planning this trip, what's the advice? Do I bring the monitor or leave the phone at home?
You do both. That's the actionable advice. Use the 10-second rule for your own memories. When you get to the snow hut or the cherry blossoms, take your winning shot immediately. Use the monitor, get the clip, and then put the phone in your pocket.
Physically put it away.
Yes. The sources really emphasize that digital fatigue is real. The attention detox isn't just a trend, it's a health necessity. You capture the content to satisfy the curator part of your brain, and then you put it away to satisfy the human part of your brain that needs to smell the plum blossoms or feel the cold air.
That's actually a really healthy balance. Capture, then live.
It sounds simple, but it requires discipline.
It really does. You know, this leaves me with a thought. We talk so much about how Gen Z wants authenticity.
Right.
But is the future of travel about actually disconnecting? Or is it just about curating the perfect image of disconnection? You know, look how offline and present I am right now.
That is the million-dollar question. Are we enjoying the silence, or are we enjoying the photo of ourselves enjoying the silence?
Something to mull over as you book those tickets to the Snow Festival. Thanks for diving in with us today.
Safe travels.
See you in the next deep dive.